Welcome to the More Phenomenal Podcast, where we talk all things Power Rangers, including action figures, comics, movies, TV shows, and more. My name's Doug, and joineth my co-host Mac and Caitlin. What's up?
Woo woo!
Oh, just living out this quarantine life. Yeah.
Quarantine life still going on. Yeah.
It'll be funny to listen back to these in a future date and be like, oh, what a nice life. And now it's the, zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
I know. Like, it just keeps getting worse. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Man, if I could listen to something at that point, I don't know if I'd pick the podcast.
It's to remember Power Rangers since we can't watch them anymore.
I think I'd be like desperately trying to get my radio to signal the army for evacuation.
Yeah.
Avoid the Umbrella Academy at all costs. Or not Umbrella Academy. What is it? Umbrella Corporations?
Oh, in Resident Evil?
Yeah, in Resident Evil.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I never played those games. Those were too intense for me. I was like, this is scary. I don't want to play this.
I love the movies. I can't handle the games. The games terrify me.
The games scare me too. I mean, I like zombies enough that I like the games. Like, I would look into like the lore of the games. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And actually, when I was a kid, I read the novelizations of Resident Evil games.
Really?
Because I was like, I didn't want to play it, but I wanted to know what happened. Yeah.
Nice. Well, speaking of, I guess being scary, Mac, do you want to plug a podcast you were just on?
Yeah. If you guys like the macabre and horror and just like all around fun and kind of icky, disturbing things in that way, but also kind of like fun, campy ways too. I have a friend named Corrigan and her friend Mark, and they have a podcast called Jack of All Graves, and I was just on it. And we talked about Evil Dead, and we talked about a movie called Psycho Goreman, which I definitely recommend to any Power Ranger fan that also likes comedy and horror, because all rubber monsters. And there's a couple scenes in the movie that I want to talk to you guys about, because they're so Power Rangers-y that you just don't even see them coming. Like, when we started in space and all the monsters are having that dinner party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the movie called?
Psycho Goreman.
Okay, I don't like this.
Psycho Goreman. I love the title.
Yeah, it's a Canadian independent horror movie.
Is this new?
It just came out. I had to rent it on my PlayStation.
I expected it to be like old. Okay.
No, it's a new movie.
Okay.
And there's a scene that's just like that, where it's like this council of cool looking monsters and aliens, but they're all weird and like, it's like practical, but it's like also DIY a little bit. So it's like, it's not like it's got a great budget necessarily, but the monsters like ride that sweet spot. Like, imagine if like the monsters in Rita's court, if you want to call it that, or like the kind of people that we saw at that dinner party scene with Andros, like, they look scary, right? A lot of them have like big sharp teeth and claws, but by the nature of Power Rangers, you're going to see them like slipping on banana peels before they actually claw anybody. It's going to be like, oh, come back here, Power. Like, so imagine like seeing these scary characters that we've seen in Power Rangers, like actually just use their claws and teeth to like mangle and maim and be really disturbing and creepy. And like, it's definitely maybe a little bit too gory for the squeamish, but it's done in like a fun way. It's like a kind of campy movie. So
yeah, I'm looking at it here. It looks like this like Jeepers Creepers guy dressed as the Jurassic Park dude.
Yes, the kids dress him up like Alan Grant from Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay, I was right on.
Yeah, because it's about these two kids that find this monster that's like this intergalactic alien monstrosity of pure evil, like pure nameless evil. And he had been like locked away in this casket, and they uncover it one night. They dig it up, and they gain control over him by this ruby that is like the source of his power. So this little girl is just controlling this monster to do crazy stuff and hang out with her, and it's insane. It's insane. It's
Seems like a solid way to have a monster.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like a Disney Channel original movie, like Under Wraps or something like that. Yeah. Except like the mummy is the mummy from the Mummy, not from Under Wraps.
Got it. It looks very Power Rangers-y. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, and there's some
Definitely gonna
cool
have to put it
fights.
on the list.
Yeah.
I think, I it's one of those movies though that like I was not prepared for at all. And I also watched it at like 10 in the morning. I don't know if I'd recommend that either.
That's when I have to watch them.
Right? Yeah, fair enough.
But that's the more we talk about.
That's more, yeah. Thanks for asking me to bring that up.
Yeah. Speaking of monstrosities, so Netflix Power Rangers is officially gone.
Boo!
But they took way more than I expected it to.
What do you mean?
Like, I thought that what was staying was Mighty Morphin, Ninja Steel, and Beast Morphers.
Yeah.
Ninja Steel was gone. So they took out. It's just Mighty Morphin and Beast Morphers.
Wow.
Really? I thought.
And they only left us season 1 of Mighty Morphin. They didn't even leave us 2 and 3.
What? It's not even the whole series anymore?
No.
Why'd they do that?
But how many seasons is Beast Morpher? Just one?
2.
They have 2. Okay.
And did they leave both?
To be fair, I did not even check.
Yeah, it's like just season 2 now.
Yeah, no, let me look. But
that's crazy.
But why that?
Why'd they do that?
But to be fair, there's my Netflix. To be fair, Power Rangers season 1, I looked it up. There's 60 episodes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's the only Mighty Morphin we like anyway, I guess. So.
Well, we don't get White Ranger, you know? Like,
yeah. No Cat?
No Cat?
Maybe by the time
no Rocky?
We get... Rocky!
None of those guys. No Adam, none of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Rocky.
Wow.
See, now they've just cut him out of Netflix, too. No one likes Rocky.
We can't even watch their Ninja Steel
Rocky.
episode.
I wanted to watch Ninja Steel next week because of the news from what we got going on with Dino Fury, but that's
but it's going to be on Paramount, right?
That's what someone said.
That's what that guy said, but
yeah, that was a comment, but it's all speculation.
I don't want to have to get a whole nother app anyway.
Yeah,
you know,
there's still 2 seasons of Beast Morphers.
I just bought HBO Max. I can't buy another streaming. I feel like my mom's gonna lose her mind if I buy more streaming apps.
So we're gonna have to go to like a third-party website to watch Power Rangers. We're gonna have to pirate it. We're gonna have to be like the Megaforce.
Gonna be the pirate Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing is they're gonna make us really want it, and then whenever the new movie comes out, they'll be like, and all this stuff wherever, you know?
Yeah. I still think they might do it on Disney Plus. That makes the most sense.
Well, where would Hasbro make a deal? I mean, Paramount potentially, like because of Viacom, they have deals with I don't know.
Hulu.
TBT. We can speculate all we want, but I mean, that sucks.
If Hasbro's listening, can you please do it on Hulu, HBO Max, Disney Plus, or back to Netflix, as those are the only streamings.
Please just bring it back to Netflix or
CBS All Access, but that kind of is a shitty streaming.
Yeah.
Anyway. So let's just stick to
I
the
don't
main
want to watch commercials, you know.
I'd be okay with like Peacock because it's like
$4.99
with ads, but
Peacock's not too bad though. The ads are like, you get like 2.
Yeah.
But we had it so good for so long.
Yeah. I just don't get, come on, you couldn't have left us the last 2 seasons of Mighty Morphin.
I don't know why they did that.
They want to make us struggle.
Yeah.
They're like, are there people doing podcasts about Power Rangers? Let's make them struggle.
Yeah. Yeah. Mighty Morphin's your jam now, but not Rocky and Adam and Aisha.
I love Rocky.
Just the ones we're gonna reboot,
Yeah.
I thought that Hasbro was doing stuff with Netflix. Don't they have the Transformers show on there? And like, aren't they doing what the heck? I thought they were like developing. You know what? I bet Power Rangers is gone just so it can come back even bigger.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Maybe they think, no one's watching it, so let's take it away. And now everyone's like, wait, it's gone.
Yeah, I know.
It does suck for those actors, like you can't make new fans unless the portion who have the DVDs already.
Right.
It was so accessible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, yeah. It probably won't be long until we see it return in
Maybe
some
April
form.
Fool's Day they'll bring him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They bring it back for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We also got more Power Rangers action figures.
Ooh.
We do?
the Super 7 has announced a partnership with Mighty Morphin.
Oh, right. To make that Megazord, right?
Yeah. So it looks like they're gonna make a Megazord, and then I think some 7-inch figures, and then the small like 3-inch guys.
They're gonna do retro reaction figures.
Yeah.
I saw they were doing reaction, and they have those like Turtle and Thundercat Ultimate lines, and now Transformers as well, that are like these collector grade figures.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be potentially awesome for Power Rangers, but the problem is that, like, obviously Hasbro doesn't mind the competition because they get to decide what other companies make Power Rangers now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it'll feel like a totally different market, but they're effectively what Super 7 cares about is being like, oh, we can make the better Marvel Legend, So I who knows what they'll look like compared to Lightning Collection. They might make them look puny,
Yeah, I can't get into another line.
Well, plus they're going to be like triple the price. But
Yeah.
a Megazord here and there might be worth it, or a bad guy. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen these, Caitlin. Like, here's the Planet of the Apes. Like, they're the ones, like the small ones at least, are like the ones you see like in the collection sections of stores.
Yeah, I have one right here in the box.
But they also make more heavy duty looking guys. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, neat. Okay.
But they're cool because they're like retro style.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So it looks like the first lineup is going to include Red Ranger, Green Ranger, Rita, Pudgy Pig, a Megazord, and Putty Patrol. I want to see what the Pudgy Pig looks like.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of crazy. Are you gonna potentially get the smaller guys? I mean, there's no 3 3/4 inch Power Ranger line.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll get Green Ranger just to put him with my Tommy shelf. The card back will look cool, but yeah, more toys.
Would be cool.
Mighty Morphin Man, it's
all we got
everywhere.
on Netflix. Season 1.
Yeah.
Well, it's not, going back to the original where it all started, kind of.
Well, it's so easy to market it that way. I mean, it's the most iconic brand.
I mean, if we get all the way through 60 episodes plus Beast Morphers, then we have a problem.
I know. Yeah, we're just gonna play Netflix's game and only review their available episodes. I guess so.
Yeah. And then
Sentai.
Well, we can watch.
Yeah, we'll watch Sentai. Yeah.
We'll have to watch Dino Fury when it comes out.
Oh yeah. Have they released a date yet, or still sometime this month?
No, still TBD, I think.
But we have the photos they just dropped.
Correct. So yeah, photos just dropped on the official Power Ranger website. You guys take a look at them.
Yeah, I saw the one that you posted.
Yeah. What do you think? Looks like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It looks like Power Rangers. People are excited that Mick is back, obviously. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And the Red Ranger has some sort of antenna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, what is that, hair or are they antennas?
There are some character bios that were also dropped. The Red Ranger Zeto, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Is it with an X?
Zeto. Zayto.
Zeto.
Yeah,
Zeto.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll see.
So we'll find out.
Zeto, maybe?
Zeto is an alien from the planet Rafgon. He has been on Earth since the time of the dinosaurs.
Oh, he's old.
Frozen in stasis. After he is revived, he leads the Dino Fury Power Rangers in hopes of stopping the evil forces that destroyed his planet from destroying Earth.
Okay.
So classic. Yeah. Antennas that he could probably make disappear or something.
There's some scenes where he doesn't have them, and it looks like there's a couple of pics without him.
Yeah, there's some pics without him. And then there's the other bios are like the Blue Ranger's the logical one, skeptical. He grew up traveling with his archaeologist mom.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Izzy, the Green Ranger, she's like a jock, a highly competitive athlete.
Okay.
The Black Ranger is a free-spirited musician. There's more to these, but you get the point.
Yeah.
And then the Pink Ranger is a journalist with a passion for paranormal.
Ooh.
I like that.
Like my kind of gal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a cool group.
Yeah, I dig it.
Do we know how Mick comes into the fold?
No, we have no idea. So, Caitlin,
now, can you remind me which one's Nick? Who's Nick?
Mick.
No, Mick. He's like a supporting character.
Oh, okay.
He's in Ninja Steel, but we can't watch Ninja Steel now.
Yeah, we can't watch Ninja Steel now.
He's like the alpha of Ninja Steel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's this crazy haired dude.
Yeah, I figured that was who it was.
Hey, what do you think of their alpha or master guy? It's like a dinosaur.
Sounds on par with Dino.
It makes sense. It kind of feels very reminiscent of the last few seasons we've gotten. Like it felt very Dino Charge. It felt very Gosei, so yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see how it goes. I didn't read those character descriptions, so now I'm more intrigued, I think.
Yeah. This dinosaur person, whoever their mentor is or whoever this person is, looks way cooler than the master in Dino Charge. What's his name?
Oh, I don't even remember. the ET guy?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I haven't.
Do you remember his name, Kaylin?
Big Lips?
No.
When did we watch
There's so many names I'm trying to remember.
Dino Charge.
I know. We're always like, we do this every week.
I called him ET in my notes.
Yeah.
So.
But he looks way better than that person,
Yeah, oh yeah. More like a dinosaur at least.
Mm-hmm. Keeper. Yeah.
Keeper.
For those yelling at their headphones.
It's Keeper. Oh my god, get it right.
Oh, right. The cute little guy. I forgot about him.
Yeah, I don't know about cute.
I mean, he
was cute. I liked him.
He can't really emote,
Yeah.
Well, he had the big eyes.
He did, yeah.
Did
he
you
kind of reminded me of like a character from freaking Crystal Castle.
I just always think it's funny.
Or Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal, yeah, for sure.
I just always think it's funny. Like these shots look so beautiful of them like training, and then it's just so Power Rangers where they're holding a giant red plastic sword.
Right.
Yeah. But that's Power Rangers.
And they're all in the woods,
Yeah.
in all those shots. I'm like, it felt like I had seen it before,
Yeah.
But,
that's why I said, looks
they
like Power
Rangers.
Rangers.
Don't lose their brand.
Yes.
No. I mean, it seems like they're definitely keeping that Saban vibe going, which is cool.
Yeah. The Black Ranger looks like he's very modern looking, like
he is.
I don't know. He has like the earring and he has the leather jacket going on. I don't know. He has highlights. I feel like it's like, they got this guy from LA.
Right. They're like, you're the modern. He's the musician, right? They're like, make sure you look like you know how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Make him like the indie boy.
Oh, they gave him like a leather jacket and a flannel and ripped jeans. Yeah,
the flannel behind the waist type thing.
They look like they walked out of a cartoon.
Like a hipster.
Yeah.
He's the Power Ranger hipster.
But I dig it. I vibe these dudes. So I'm excited. Yeah.
I
it's
like
a
the
cool
girl
team.
with the paranormal. Does that mean we're gonna have ghosts?
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Maybe that's how they find the have cameos of other Power Rangers as like through like ghosty kind of.
They would have to admit people die. Yeah, they can't do that. I think that ghosts aren't out of the realm of possibility for Power Rangers though. So
right, I was about to say, I was like, that should be a theme, is like paranormal Power Rangers.
That would be cool. How come we haven't done that before?
They've never fought ghosts, really. I mean, there's
like a supernatural, but Power Rangers.
Yeah, or Ghostbusters or something.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. I like that.
Right.
Speaking of kind of destruction and people dying, I guess.
Oh,
for ghosts.
We can talk about Power Rangers in space now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my transition of Power Rangers in space.
Good transition.
Countdown to destruction. I say that because there were buildings in this episode getting blown up. Like
we should have been counting down the time. Yeah. There was a lot of destruction, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Countdown to it. It
intense.
was here.
Multiple planets of destruction too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very intense.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Count to Destruction. The last episodes of Power Rangers in Space kind of wraps up the whole Zordon era too.
It really
Right.
does.
Yeah.
They
I
have
thought-
cameos from everybody.
Cameos from everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Justin.
No, just yeah. I was like, isn't there like one other Ranger on Earth? Yeah. But yeah, they didn't have any other. But like, it was cool to see that they cared about everyone else that could possibly be like at another planet. They talk about maybe like no Ninjor, I guess.
Yeah,
You
no
know?
Ninjor. Ninjor and Justin were the only two missing.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But the Equations and the Phantom Ranger and the Blue Centurion
And the Gold Ranger.
and the Gold Ranger. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Yeah.
Now, did you remember this episode at all, Mac?
I remember knowing about it. Like I've seen the clip. I mean, I don't want to. Should we spoil stuff later on?
Go for it.
Yeah, I've seen the clip of Andros killing Zordon, a million times. But no, I definitely didn't remember a lot of what happened. I mean, it felt like the first episode was almost like almost a bit of a blur because there was so much action.
Yeah.
But there is some cool stuff that happens. Like basically, Astronema, under the rule of Dark Spectre, kind of just decides like now is the time, and everyone's unifying. You had every villain that we'd ever seen, like every kind of putty, like Quantrons, and everybody, Divatox and Rita and Zed, and it almost felt like, why doesn't everyone talk about how epic of a crossover the finale of In Space is? That needs like honorable crossover credit, It's like, it's like Infinity War or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Yeah. What did you? I like how she gives this General Hux sort of speech from The Force Awakens. This kind to all of her minions.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of scary. Like her Quantrons, are they people they just recruited? Because the other ones, they make the robots and they make the putties, but these she had to rile them up in a speech.
Yeah.
Like do they wear helmets? You mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
They're people underneath.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe.
Right. They're probably just drones. They'd probably be stoked about anything Astronema said.
Yeah.
Well,
she breathes and they're like, yeah!
Yeah, Astronema! Yeah.
Well,
he looked at me.
They're actually, they are real people because in one episode I watched Zane and Andros beat some up and then they take the uniforms.
Right. So they are like stormtroopers.
Yeah. All of at the very end gamey wise, everyone that isn't human turns into dust.
Yeah, so they must be wearing those armor. They have to be wearing armor, but they can't really be people because they straight up get dusted.
Because Divatox suddenly becomes this
whimsical fairy
fairy thing, and then Rita and Zed are just like, hey, let's dance.
Rita and Zed look like they're about to go on vacation or something.
In their RV
hotel bar. Yeah.
So it's hard to think that all the little putties are human because of that fact.
Plus, they don't even speak. They just go like, meow, 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 meow. So, yeah.
Astronema was kind of scary during this episode. I was like out of all of the villains we've ever watched or I have ever watched, she was the most intense. I was like, oh my God. I was
She's really
scared
intense.
of you as a child.
She is.
And this is her most intense haircut too, the short red bob like that.
Yeah.
And
I would cosplay that in a heartbeat.
I
would totally be Astronema.
She got a bunch of armor kind of too toward the end. Her costume was getting beefed up, and it seemed like it was kind of cool because we haven't seen all of the season, but there's been moments where she's brushed up against her origin a bit and been confronted with being Corone, and things like that. So I she's so evil right now because she's doubling down on being Astronema, which is very cool,
Yeah. I kind of forgot that you guys told me what happens to Astronema. So when he was like, I gotta save my sister, I was like, wait, what? I was like,
Yeah, right?
who?
Yeah.
And then when Zordon was like, Corone, you're good. I was like, who's Corone? I thought her name was Astronema. I'm confused.
Yeah, that's her
And then I
evil
like
name.
remembered you guys telling me that, and I was like, oh right, this must be when she's like the little like brain thingy is controlling her again. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I remember the boys saying
Yeah.
that, but I was so confused for a legit 10 minutes. I was like, what's happening? Who?
Yeah.
I don't even remember when like Divatox's Finster guy started working for her. I was like, when did
Yeah.
that happen? Yeah,
Yeah.
like when did you switch sides? I thought you were like I thought you were a pirate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's very early on. It's like in the first 5 episodes, I think he jumps ship to
Okay.
to her.
He's got such
I
a
love
great
Divatox.
costume.
She's just like her again. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I know. They've got a good rivalry.
yeah.
I think I like Divatox more than like I don't know if
More than Astronema?
No, I was gonna say like more than Rita.
Oh, more than
I kinda
Rita.
like Rita.
I
Rita
thought you
kinda just
hated
like,
Divatox. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Did I hate Divatox?
Well, you like. I guess you don't like the replacement Divatox, but nobody does.
Yeah.
I kind of find Divatox annoying. Like her voice, like is like chalk, or like nails
Yeah.
on a chalkboard.
Right.
Whereas
Right.
like Rita's just kind of crazy, and you kind of just love that about her.
I just don't like I think where her character like their characters have gone. Like Divatox, it's the same. Like the shtick does it for me for some reason when she's like, Astronema, and everyone starts bowing to Astronema, and she's not having it, you know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But Rita and Zed, they're like, oh, this is your plan to attack everyone. This is stupid. And then Astronema says it's Dark Spectre's plan. They're like, oh, well, yeah, that's a great plan.
Well, Zed and Rita became such jokes so quickly, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, that's hard. I think I like Rita better.
Yeah. It's
but
classic, yeah.
she's pretty classic. But no, but I see the point you're making.
Well, we're about to see a lot of Rita, so.
Well,
Yes.
what sort of the biggest thing other than the Rangers completely getting their butts kicked in this episode?
Yeah. Right.
Because like it looks like Zane is fighting on the front line on KO 37, right?
Mhm.
Or was it? Is it
KO
KO
35.
KO 35?
Yeah. That's 2 planets over.
2 planets over. Yeah. On KO 35, Zane's like fighting with the rebels, and they're like after they learn about the plan, like it's pointless. And he's like, I'll be back with the other Rangers, and they never go back there.
No.
Except for the end.
They got busy.
Yeah. But I thought that was cool. Like that's when the Rangers show up, and they did a really good job, like making you feel the vibe of how serious everything was, and they were acting very like Star Trek bridge crew when they were, and they're like full speed and things like that, and so that was cool. That really set the stage.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my notes real quick.
I forgot so just to catch everyone up, as we said, Astronema and Dark Spectre, everyone just decides to team up, launch an all assault on all the planets. And when Zane leaves the planet, he gets attacked on his little surfboard.
That
Yeah.
fight scene was cool when he's holding on the side of it in space. Even though that makes no sense.
Right,
And,
because you're in space, you would just kind of float.
Yeah, but he's like gonna fall off the surfboard, and then he gets rescued by the Astro Mega ship. That was cool. Yeah,
He shoots down one, right?
he shoots one after they shoot one. The Astro Mega ship shoots one, and he's like, "Now it's my turn," and then he shoots the other one.
Yeah. And then they decide to go to Earth, and then there's 1,000 ships going to Earth.
Yeah.
It's fully aren't they like gonna do something else, and then they discover how many ships are going to Earth, and they're like, okay, we got to go to Earth, like because Andros is like, hang on, Earth,
It's
like we'll be there.
Yeah. And then they go to Earth. Well, before they go to Earth, it shows us a cut of all the planets, and it shows the alien Rangers fighting, the Gold Ranger fighting, and the Blue Centaurian
And the Phantom Ranger.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Isn't there a part where like Astronema is like, the planet of the Phantom Ranger, like, and then they watch him like get his butt kicked, and like she's like, ha ha ha.
You feel for those guys because they're so outnumbered.
Yeah.
They really are. I know, and it makes you realize like there's only one other team out there. The Alien Rangers are it. Like I know they're saddled with the title Alien Rangers, so I guess that just makes you think they're the only ones.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, yeah, I kind of thought we would have had more out there by now.
Yeah.
You know, send someone after the Quasar Sabers.
Yeah.
But
Well, and this Zeto is just on Earth chilling, hibernating, or frozen or whatever it is.
Oh, right. Yeah. There's actually probably a couple of Rangers like that frozen that they're waiting to unlock. Yeah.
There's like 5 Dino teams. Just
I know.
frozen.
Yeah, somebody should rewrite the canon to be all weird like that.
Yeah.
Well, what makes me laugh about this one is we were talking about it however many weeks ago it was, when all of the villains, was it Once a Ranger, when all of the villains like group together and they can actually like beat the Rangers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like they can actually win for once. And like this is the second time they did that. I was like, you would think they would have all come to this conclusion faster than if they just stick together.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really wrecking the Earth. And there's scenes, when they're showing all these buildings exploding and stuff. Mm-hmm. And you have to think like, there's no way all these buildings are empty. I know in Power Rangers, we always think that, but I'm like, no way. Like there's some definitely people getting killed right now. Like Earth is really, really getting messed up. But
because it's not like, oh, the Rangers are fighting. Do your Pacific Rim, get in your like bunkers, because it's gonna lead to a Zord fight. This is like, whoa, we don't even have Rangers on this planet right now.
It's an invasion. There's just
full on invasion.
We don't even see the army mobilize or anything like that. Not even the National Guard or even Lieutenant Stone. Not a single person.
No, and it gets very dark very quickly because once all the Rangers start getting beaten, it becomes very apocalyptic because like everyone's dirty, there's building pieces everywhere, and they're just like everyone in that vicinity. You could just imagine what it's like for the rest of the world.
No, there's like kids crying,
Yeah.
I kept thinking like, don't worry, the Rangers will come back. Like they're already living in like a hobo shanty town, And I'm like, wow, there's just nothing left, no houses. But like they shot it in that area where there's all these huge buildings behind them. Mm-hmm. And you're like, well, you could live in one of those, but you're like, but I wouldn't because they're gonna blow up. Like that's the first target is a skyscraper. So they're smart to stay in the Rebel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did think it was kind of funny that Astronema chose to beam down and stand on a bus and then address this random group of people in Angel Grove as if they represent the entire planet.
Yeah.
They're like people of Earth, your planet is mine now. And this I like I work at a grocery store. Like I don't represent Earth. Like this is the people of Earth. Like
Zordon picked Angel Grove as the place.
That's the capital of the world.
Whoever survived, like Bulk and Skull are like effectively like.
Oh, they were so cute in this episode.
Yeah. Oh, they were great. They
were awesome.
Oh, and we forgot a big part in the first episode when What's-His-Face just blows up Dark Spectre.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah. Well, that happens after the fight.
That happens after the
Megazord. The fight?
That's after the Megazord fight. Yeah, because what's his name?
It all blends together.
What's that dude's name? With all the spikes and like he's like I'm on my last life. Darkonda.
He's creepy. He's the worst.
He's super creepy. He's like the one-time mentor of Astronema who ends up turning on them. But
wait, are you talking about? There's Ecliptor. He's the mentor guy. Oh, and then Darkonda's the other dude.
Yeah, but Darkonda's like the bounty hunter that trained her in that one episode, right? Like when she goes to the Wild West planet, like don't they meet and then that's how he gets brought onto the crew. So he gets brought onto the evil crew.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
I love that he needs a scroll of
how many lives he has left.
Keeping track of his lives.
How many lives he has. Like there's like 9 pictures of him and like big red X's.
He can't just go like, okay, that was one.
I know.
But that'd be funny if someone just messed him up. It was like crossed out 3.
Oh no, I guess I'm dead. Oh no.
I hit my Rangers. But yeah. He sucks, but he decides that he's going to take out Ecliptor because he took. There's kind of they vaguely mentioned that they have this sort of Death Star gun that just
that can blow up
that
planets.
just got finished.
Yeah. It's the size of it just screws onto a normal X-Wing looking ship. Like it's not as big as a planet like the Death Star is. But he steals this and he's gonna go kill Dark Spectre. And then he does. He shoots Dark Spectre.
Well, and then he goes to shoot the ship of Astronema and everything, and like you think Dark Spectre's gone, and then he just like pops up, and he's like, "Rah!"
Yeah,
I know. Well, what was crazy at first is that when Dark Spectre gets shot, you think that like, oh, he took the hit, but I'm like, isn't this supposed to kill him? And then like he's just like, no, and it was like, oh, it's kind of a slow death. Like you're like burning up from the inside, you know. And then ultimately, like, you know, I love that. Like I'm still here. He gets his last revenge on Darkonda, but
by eating him.
Yeah, that was awesome. Seeing explode. I thought that was so cool.
If I was a giant monster that was dying, I would eat them too.
I know.
For revenge.
Yeah.
He needed to do that 2 lives ago, you know, but the weapon wasn't ready. And then pieces of Dark Spectre go to Earth, and Andros sees a piece, and he puts 2 and 2 together that the Dark Spectre is dead.
Yeah, I was impressed by that logic. But
just I know it's a Power Ranger world, but like that's not how that would work. Like burning pieces of a alien that looks like he's mostly molten lava.
Right.
Like the size of those meteors would have caused a lot more damage than just going plop.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
it
happens.
would have exploded Angel Grove.
Yeah.
Think about how much of Krypton landed on Earth without any issues. Again,
right, you know? I know. I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I wish that was real life.
I know. No. I mean, it's because he's made of foam rubber, you know. So
right. Exactly. So it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking that. I went, really?
Yeah, I know.
The Rangers got their butts kicked pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, they at first I thought they had lost their powers, you know.
I did too.
But then
I think they just like lost the energy to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The fight scenes were cool though. I like that Andros got to use his battleizer.
Yeah, for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it was funny though, is when Astronema came down and she was like, "Show yourselves, Power Rangers," and no one looked at the one group that is all color coordinated.
I know, and like buff and like the same height and weight,
and seems to be gone for long periods of time.
I know when they finally reveal in part 2 when they had that "I'm Spartacus" moment when like all the civilians.
That was very sweet.
That was.
I loved that scene. That scene is engraved in my mind from being a kid.
Yeah, when Bulk is just like, "I am the Red Ranger."
Yeah. No, that was that whole sequence is obviously like really a testimony to how much the Power Rangers like mean to these people, and we don't get to see them get appreciated by the community that often. So that was really nice. But when they revealed themselves, because like obviously they're like, we're the real Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Bulk's like, those guys, and I know it's played for laughs, but it's like, yeah, Bulk, it's them. Like, who else would it be? Like, come on.
They've
like,
literally been gone for years.
Yeah, like think about how they're a friend group that was originally another friend group that would halfway change to half of them, and then they get a new half. Like there's this reoccurring theme of there being like a group of 5 people that wear those colors, and they're always in the same spot, and they're but
usually
anyway.
working out.
Like you used to be a cop. You were a detective, man. Yeah.
Not a good one at that one.
No, not a good one.
Yeah.
But I like when they started running out of colors. One lady was like, "I'm a ranger too. Me too."
Yeah,
like,
me
you
too.
have more colors.
Yeah. I like when the one dude was like, "I'm the Silver Ranger." Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, he had silver hair, so
Yeah, so it counts.
Yeah, I love that scene.
That was a great scene. I think that
though.
was my favorite scene of the entire show.
Before that, though, when it's at night and they're all around the firewood.
Yes.
Andros says he needs to go talk to Astronema, like he needs to go on the ship, and they're like, no, and then he just kind of gets up and walks away, and I was just like, has he learned anything from episode 1 that we watched a few weeks ago, where he's like, I'm just gonna do this by myself?
It's like, of course you didn't learn anything. Yeah. But honestly, I felt like they had nothing to lose by letting him try to get through to Corella.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, you guys already lost everything. Just let him do it. Like, who cares? You know?
What are you guys gonna do?
What are you
what's
guys
your
gonna
plan
do?
B?
Yeah. What does Andros and Ashley say to each other? They kind of just have a little heart to heart.
Well, they have a sort of like a moment where I think that they're like acknowledging their feelings, but not really saying it that way. And they kind of have like a, they kind of have like a, you know, like, I'll see you again, and a moment.
This isn't goodbye, but if it is, this is how I feel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Who had a better so he gets onto the ship. Who had a better like Red Ranger on ship moments? Andros when he was sneaking around, or Tyler when he was on his quest?
Oh, when he didn't have any powers?
Yeah. That was also a season finale.
I like that part, but honestly, I really was digging Andros sneaking through the ship. I thought it was really cool. I know we said the same thing about Tyler, but that whole part had a lot of Star Wars vibes to it. Especially obviously when he starts dueling Astronema. That's very Star Warsy, but
I like how he used his gun as a distraction.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I like that he was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this.
And he makes the explosion in the engine room. I like that he locks a clip door in there. Like, that was all very creative.
Very smart.
I like that a clip door is like a cyborg now. I thought that was awesome. You know, I didn't remember that.
Yeah. I can't remember the reasoning for that. It has something to do with Astronema when she thought she was good, and mind games and all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Right.
Zordon, he when Astronema talks to him in episode 1, his little pod thing is fire, like up until like about to his face, and then in episode 2 it's just back to normal.
I didn't get that part. Yeah, they sort of have a line of dialogue that references the fact that like Zordon's being filled with like negative energy or something like this. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess the way I kind of justified it not being there in part 2 was maybe it was like just their makeshift version of shackles, and it was what they were doing to repress his power, or like that's how they had been keeping him in like a stasis. But yeah, I have no idea. That's a great point.
Yeah.
And then Andros finds him in Zordon.
Andros finds him, and we have the dialogue. You know, I almost couldn't believe it when Zordon was like, "Andros, you have to destroy me. Like, it's the only way to release enough positive energy into the galaxy to counteract the negative energy." And I'm like, what? What are you talking about, man? You're just a good energy bomb that can you can just destroy evil? Why'd you have Power Rangers? Why were you recruiting children on Earth to pilot robots? Like, just kill yourself, man.
I don't know about that. I think if I was in that place and I didn't have to kill myself, I would be like,
well, I mean, maybe he's giving his power in small amounts to these teenagers to do the good.
I get it, you know, but I'm just saying that there is a point where there's more evil and more, you know, like an even more unstoppable war. It just was like, it's like, maybe you can only do it once and it doesn't stop anybody, so you have to be selective about it. And he was like,
I mean, if he did it in the wrong time and they just came back.
But just think about what a baller move it was. Not only does it wipe out evil across the galaxy, this is spanning like light years, they're also able to just turn anyone evil into a good guy. So it's not even just banishing evil. It's just like, oh, it's also like this clean slate for anybody that we, you know, that any like instant redemption, you know. But anyway.
Okay, so Thrax is out there at this time already because he can't be born out of goodness, right?
There's no way freaking Tommy Bahama, Rita, and Zed had.
What if they did? What if nice Tommy or nice Zed and Rita like give birth to Thrax,
an evil child. Maybe he's good at the start and then he learns about his parents' past and then he goes, yeah, that sounds great, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then maybe the evil turns him into a monster.
Or is he in the imprisonment already? And that's why
But
the bomb
wouldn't
didn't
the
get him.
blast wouldn't the blast already hit him?
But if he's in the little box thing, maybe that by the night dude, maybe maybe that magic blocked out the other magic.
Yeah, but wouldn't he only be like 12 years old if he was born in the time of in space? If we met up with him in
maybe different planets
Operation Overdrive?
age differently.
Yeah.
I mean, think of Thor and Loki. They're like millions of years old.
Okay, but they were still children one time, is my,
Yeah,
so
like when dinosaurs were walking.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But I just mean that like it's only like I guess Zed and Rita could have gone to another planet and spent like 30 years there, but on Earth it was only like 13 years or however much it was. But I don't know. I think that I mean, was he born normal and then like become a corrupted skeleton monster?
Well, I guess that's the same question about Rita and Zed. Were they born normal and then turned into monsters and now returned back to their original state?
Rita was born normal.
Well, then why was Zed suddenly this like weird guy
because of the spell? I think it was just because
a tiki bar.
I think that the good guy Zed that was like casual Professor Snape was like was just a result of the explosion, like I don't think that was him reverting back to his original form.
But if he had been like everyone else where he was just really nothing but a bad guy, wouldn't he have just turned to dust?
Yes, but I think that they just did it because he's such a high profile villain and they thought it'd be funny,
Maybe.
But at the
Rita
same time,
just by herself.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. I mean, frankly, if Zed at one point was some kind of like investment banker that became like a bunch of like hamburger meat combined with chrome, like that would be cool. Like if I want to know how that happened.
Maybe they were met by evil. Like maybe they didn't just turn evil and they just turned into that. Maybe like something evil met them and then turned them into what they became. And kind of like some sort of creepy mind control or something. I don't know.
I just can't get over that thing that Tyrone pitched us about like what if Zed is the reanimated corpse of Zordon's body and like he's like Zordon's the soul in the tube and Zed is like the walking body and that's why his name is Zed because he's like because of Z,
Yeah.
And I thought that was such a cool idea and like it helped explain everything, but I don't know if they'll ever do that.
I agree. I think that was like a fan theory he found, but like that makes 100% sense.
Yeah, it's like it is.
So does that mean Rita's really with Zordon?
Is walking hamburger body,
That would be cool. You could still do it.
You could do the comics could do it.
Yeah.
So does that mean that Zordon is the father of evil?
Technically, he's the father of everything. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Zed lost a lot of muscle mass when he became a normal human.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
He totally looked like some guy you'd find at a vacation tiki bar drinking out of a coconut.
Yeah, I think those are the actors who did the voices of.
Are they?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the voice of Zed.
Yeah.
Divatox's like change really confused me. I was like, why are you so whimsical?
But even still, she was still Divatox because she was like, "I'm beautiful."
Do we see Divatox again in a later season as that witch character?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong.
She just gets lost in the forest and
she looks like a lot of characters you would see.
I know she should be the woman and she should be Udana, But,
maybe she is.
Maybe she is. Yeah.
Maybe she's Udana, but like young.
Yeah, she looks.
You didn't get to see Caitlin, which is such a shame. But Udana has the coolest costume as a ranger of any of them.
Oh really?
But she's morphed. Yeah, she's this cool Ice Queen ranger, and she has like a snowflake
like
staff.
Yeah,
she looks super cool. Anyway.
Back to the episode, and then we
back
get
to the episode.
This fantastic fight scene between Andros and Astronema.
Their awesome freaking Darth Maul Phantom Menace fight scene.
I thought it was great. Oh man, he's reluctant to fight her. She's all in. He's getting thrown through walls.
Oh man, what's the final blow? I don't even remember how that
she
happened.
comes down with her staff thingy, and then he blocks with his gun, and I think
it
the
ricochets.
two colliding hits her.
Yeah, so she shoots him, and then he lightsabers it, and it bounces. It ricochets back.
Oh, with the spiral saber, whatever.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
And then the monster guy mentor thing comes.
Yeah.
He comes in and he was like, it was an accident. And then he's like, well, now I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I did the same thing. Like, first you blew up my ship, and then my daughter, effectively.
Yeah, he even says you were like a daughter to me, or I was like a father.
It's like very heartwarming.
I know.
I really felt it too, because I was like, wow, like, I mean, even if it's just for a short amount of time, she really did die there, you know?
Yeah. And her death, she steals the show, man. Her acting was good in her death, and she does killer speeches in these two-parters.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But then Andros decides it's time to kill Zordon.
Yeah. He's like, all right, here we go. No other choice.
He's definitely backed into a corner. I like that he was hesitant at first. I mean, why would you just do it? You know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, he takes down what's his face first. They fight, and then Cliptor. He takes him down, and then he's like reaching out for Astronema, and then he takes out Zordon with this like slow-mo saber.
It's definitely his only op. It's like now or never, you know, at that moment. Yeah.
Ecliptor should have became a normal person. He was in love like a daughter or father to this Astronema.
That's true.
Turned to dust.
Yeah.
That's there were a lot of guys where I was like, this is inconsistent. Like Goldar should be okay, you know.
Yeah. I don't know, but the wave does what it does. The Gold Ranger got lucky. He was gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then what makes me laugh is like you get this like great, like all of the bad guys are gone, so clearly something good happened. And what's her face is like Ashley. She's like, he must be gone. And I was like, how did you come to that conclusion?
Yeah, I know. Why would you think Andros would ever fail? I mean, he's the Red Ranger.
Just because the ship is coming back, you know he's on the ship. Like, what do you think?
And all the villains just died.
Yeah, I know. Like even though the bad guy ship is coming, like, come on, like process of elimination. It's probably Andros piloting it, you know? Yeah.
She's like, Andromeda won, or Astronema won. And I'm like, where did she win?
When did she win? Yeah. Sorry.
It was like one of those moments. I'm like, come on, use your brain.
Yeah. Ashley, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't have one, clearly.
Yeah. Speaking of Ashley, I don't know if I was the only one to notice this, but it would be not journalistic of our diagnosis of this episode if I didn't bring this up.
Okay.
So did you notice, one, they're on the ship, they morph, they fight, they lose their powers, right?
Yeah.
And then they're back in street clothes. It's like you were just in your space cadet uniform.
Right.
Yeah, what happened to your space outfit?
Yeah, I don't know. But then second is what I'm about to say is when Astronema drops, Andros comes out, right? And he's holding Astronema's body. It was just Power Rangers and they caught me off guard, but Ashley it must have been cold.
I saw that. I did. I wasn't gonna say anything.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
I was.
It's been a very cold day on the set.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Put on some undergarments here, Ashley.
Oh my god.
This is a child show.
They don't wear underwear in space, you know. So,
clearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
saw that too. I was like, I wonder if anyone else is gonna notice that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I can't go back and watch it now.
No,
you can't go back and watch it now. But
if I can find a screenshot of it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andros is like crying over Astronema, and it just keeps cutting to Ashley. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Andros like Ashley, can you just like give me a minute? Like I can't. Like I'm trying to like yeah.
Can you get a jacket?
I can't focus on my dead sister. And then he like Pokemon the movies her back to life with a single tear, you know.
Of course. And it's like the really unattractive super zoom. I'm just like, oh God, I'm seeing your pores.
I think that was probably part of maybe the goodness bomb that like healed maybe a blow. That'd be my guess.
Or it's a Disney fairy tale.
Caitlin, do you watch Supergirl?
Yes.
Do you know? Okay. Oh my gosh. So
I'm behind a season, but I do watch it.
Supergirl's sister in the show is Alex is the real life sister of Andros.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They're real life. They're siblings in real life. And they look, if you look at them next to each other, they look similar.
But, oh my God, I had no idea.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I can totally see it now that I think about it, but I'm like, I would have never put 2 and 2 together.
You can definitely tell when he's younger. Modern Andros doesn't quite look the same. You know? So yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's cool. I love those like random things.
I know. I kept thinking about that because she's like, you know, in like she's in like real movies and shows. Not that Power Rangers isn't a real show, but I mean that like she's a SAG actor compared to, you know, so I always think that's kind of funny that they both had that.
That's awesome.
You know,
yeah, I love Alex. She's awesome.
I thought you might watch Supergirl. I'm like, why have I not brought this up?
Yeah. I know. I meant to bring it up one of the other times, and then I just one of those things kind of forgot.
Yeah.
And then the Astronema's alive, and then it kind of just wraps up.
Yeah. She's got like a human outfit.
Yes.
You know, she gets like I'm like, what? Like, did Zordon dress you?
Yeah. She gets kind of like this like cool little like cat suit thing.
Yeah, and then when we meet up with her again, her uniform is like a super tight laced leather vest and no shirt and leather pants. That's what they always have her wear after that. I'm like, what? Like what happened? You're basically still Astronema.
Your hair gives it away.
Yeah, right.
If you're good or not.
It
I love that. Go ahead. I was saying that I love at the end they do the classic. We have to say goodbye and this is my home and I can't leave it, and then like they're about to leave and he's like, take us back to Earth, and they're like, you're here.
Yeah.
I know. I like
classic.
But the whole time Caron's like, I don't really care where we go. I'm human again for the first time in a long time. Like she was just going through the flow. Like, yeah, KO35 Earth. Like, okay. Like, who am I again? Like,
you think anyone's gonna recognize me when I'm back at Earth?
It's like, do I need a green card or like you know?
I'm sorry, I tried to destroy your planet.
Yeah. No one would recognize her, probably.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Well, clearly they didn't recognize Power Rangers in their normal.
Oh my God, I know.
Yeah.
Weird clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, how Bulk and Skull don't know how to identify Power Rangers all the time after that is baffling. Like they're in they're in Samurai, right? Or how do they not know those guys are Power Rangers? Come on. Yeah. Like at this point, you've known multiple teams, but anyway.
You know, it's the same. You know.
Sorry if you're my son.
It's not. Clark Kent because he wears glasses.
No, well, I mean, it's almost more obvious than that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, great episode. Thumbs up.
They're
epic.
Awesome 2-parter. I'm glad that we watched it before it was gone.
Yeah, me too.
It was a good one.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be, it was, you know, the end of Power Rangers if they didn't make another season. It was kind of their way of wrapping everything up.
Yeah.
Were they not planning to do anything after this one?
They weren't sure if they were going to do more. It sort of almost makes you think like, they didn't bring back Tommy? Like, it's going to be the final.
I know. Exactly. Like, if this was it, it would be very kind of a bummer that we didn't see those folks again.
No Rangers. Alpha or Billy or Jason or
anybody. Alpha's in a box. So.
He's in a box. Well, maybe they hadn't put him in that box yet. Well, he's normally on the Astro Mega ship with them.
Yeah.
Was he?
Well, he wasn't in this episode, but he's usually around.
He's usually around. He didn't have any dialogue or anything in this one. But
you think, oh man, they come back to the ship and Alpha's like, you did it. How'd you do it?
Yeah.
And Andros is like, I killed Zordon.
Yeah. Oh, I had to kill Zordon. Like, no, the goodness bomb. You're gonna save that. Yeah.
Save it for when the Power Rangers turn the entire world gray.
I was building this goodness cannon. We could have used this. Yeah.
Oh, funny as hell.
I thought a great conclusion.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed it. It tied all the pieces with a nice little bow.
Yeah. I really wish we still had Power Rangers on Netflix because I want to watch Lost Galaxy because that's essentially like the first reboot in a sense, you know?
It is. It's the first like standalone season, even though they have the Space Rangers in it quite a bit.
But you know what? Yeah. This is kind of where I dropped out of after this episode. I didn't watch Power Rangers for a long time because I was like, I finished the story I was on.
And you saw it through its conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it gets it gets to an interesting sweet spot after In Space for a while where they had like a unique amount of freedom, but they weren't pushing the envelope too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the early Disney seasons too for that reason because they sort of are also trying to be like we're our own thing. Because like even though they had started that with Lost Galaxy, it's sort of only like 1 foot out the door. They're always tying it back into the former seasons. There's always that cameo by the previous season's team. So
Yeah.
Anyway,
thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Fantastic episode.
Yeah, definitely watch it.
Yeah.
But not on Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Next week.
Definitely watch it, but you can't now.
Yeah. Yeah. Next week, I don't know. Maybe jump into Mighty Morphin. We'll see. It'd be nice to watch the first episode again of Mighty Morphin.
Hey, you want to watch Day of the Dumpster again?
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
But we have a lot of freedom now. We might with Mighty Morphin. It'd be cool to jump into. I don't know. We can read more books.
We could do more comics or something. Yeah. Maybe we should just do Power Rangers season 1 all the way through now, like chronologically. But
yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Watch it with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe next week we take a break and maybe watch like that super gritty fan film that was a few years ago.
Oh, the Katie Sackhoff fan film? Yeah, we could watch that.
There?
She's Kimberly in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you to know, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Who did this? Someone like
Adi Shankar is the
10
producer.
years ago.
Yeah, he had this flash in the pan career on YouTube. I mean, he actually did. He makes real movies too, but there was this period of time where he was doing like fan films for YouTube, and this Power Rangers one is like this super great. It got all this attention because it was super gritty, and it was like, wow, like what if Power Rangers was dark and edgy?
Yeah,
it's like a future where. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and people were on it, and I hated it.
Oh yeah, it couldn't be further from what you'd want from Power Rangers.
Right.
They're using guns.
They're using real guns. But you know what? It's a fun experiment. I think that if it wasn't Power Rangers, it would be like Psycho Gorman is like I think that's kind of cool. Like I think if you took the aesthetics of Power Rangers but put it in a unfamiliar genre like that, where there can be, a little bit more of an exploitation going on, that's fine. But like, it was kind of hard for us to hear people be like, "This is what Power Rangers should be," which was sort of a bit of a sentiment about it when it came out,
Yeah. All right.
Okay. It looks like it's on Netflix, on YouTube. Because I remember it got pulled for a while because Power Rangers was like, "Nope,
no, get rid of this."
Yeah, don't put this anywhere. This is not us."
Rocky's a bad guy in it.
Yeah, but who plays Rocky in it?
Rocky's played by Dawson's Creek.
Really?
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
Vander something.
James Vanderbeek. James Vanderbeek. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He plays Rocky.
He plays Rocky.
Really? Is he so 10 years ago, he would have been,
He was like in his 40s, probably.
Yeah.
Right? 30s. 30s, probably
He would
30s.
have been. I think he's in his 40s now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in his 40s
probably
now.
30s.
So yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, and Katie Sackhoff is Kimberly, even though she's blonde, so she could have been Kat. But I think those are like the two big actors in it. I don't remember anybody
Who's
else.
Katie?
Katie Sackhoff plays Bo-Katan in Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
So
that I've watched it, I now know who that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
An
She was also
interesting-
Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica and
Yeah.
a bunch of other stuff.
just an interesting take on Power Rangers. Like, maybe we'll watch that next week. Well, we
Okay.
will because we just talked about it so much. We have to
so
do it.
now
but-
We have to.
Yeah.
Gotta watch Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
As a Power Ranger.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just do that as well. I think on YouTube they have the unaired Day of the Dumpster pilot, like with
Oh,
the
the
different
original?
Trini and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we can watch both of those and like, it'll be a little bit different.
We're gonna go into the deep side of Power Rangers.
The deep side, yeah.
Maybe we could watch like The Order or whatever it's called.
I
You
don't
know, that like Commando movie with all the Rangers in it.
I
That
have no idea what you're talking about.
the Superpower Beatdown guys made that movie, made that web series with the Power Ranger actors,
Oh,
where they were like
okay.
Yep.
soldiers,
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably lower on the list, but
It's all I can think of, you know. Yeah.
I'd rather watch the Superpower Beatdown with the Power Rangers in it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some of that.
Or we could review. We could finally redeem our review of Death Battle, where you didn't even watch the first half of it.
The first half of it. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing. You know, we'll broaden our horizons into the
Okay.
Power Ranger fan films.
Sounds good.
Sweet.
We'll get our.
but
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
no. Yeah. Until next week, though. Not less phenomenal. It's more.
More.
Phenomenal.
More. Tune in for more. Yeah.
More. Yeah.